What's going on? So I think I've done this video a couple times before. I'm doing something a little bit different this time. I'm actually, what I'll tell you, I'm basically putting on these Naked Lashes by Ardell. Here, as you can see, it's got a clear band. And I'm going to be using the Falscara Bond and Seal. So basically you have a bonder on one side and a seal on the other. Before I start this, do not run out and buy this unless you are also buying the remover. So when I'm wearing lashes, I'm really kind of conscious when I'm sleeping. Conscious, yeah. About like not shoving my face in the pillow and stuff like that. I can get a good, I don't know, almost like week out of wearing lashes with the technique I'm going to do. So I'm not one that I barely have any lashes. As you can see, I don't have a lot. Mascara doesn't really do too much for my lashes. So I haven't been one that's actually ran out and gotten my lashes done. I already have a bad habit. I don't need another financial bad habit. So this is my technique of making it look like you got your lashes done, but at a fraction of the cost. So tools that you will need are lashes that you like with a clear band. Don't do the black band because it's not going to work with this technique. So you're going to need eyelash curlers. You already know you need lashes, you need the remover. And then whatever type of tweezers you are comfortable with, I have this kind. I'm using these, which kind of scares me because I always say don't ever use ones with like an actual point. But anyway, only one I had. And then you're going to want some scissors of some sort. I do find that these are really tiny and you can really get in between the lashes because we're going to cut them up. Anyway, so basically I'm going to hopefully do an okay walkthrough. Like I always say, I do much better doing them on myself and not recording a video and on other people than I do on video. So trying to pay attention here. Oh, another thing you need is some type of close mirror. Something that you can see really close into. Wow, this is dirty. I stole Taylor's mirror. I have one of my own that's just as dirty. Anyway, so yeah, so mirror, tweezers, eyelash curler, something to cut the lashes up with because we're going to cut them in 3 pieces. I also have done a video before where you literally just put glue on the top of the lash sort of piece, and then we're going to be placing them up under. So that video I have somewhere if you want to see me doing that. And then the remover. All right, so we're going to open up our lashes, and it is sealed. And then, don't mind me, I'm naked face. The only thing I have on right now is my CBD lotion that just makes my face nice and luminous. As you can see from my nose, makes it nice and hydrated and calms down the puffiness that I get under here. I always have that sort of indent, as you can see right here, but it usually goes all the way under, like in the, what do you call it? Like my eye bones, you know what I mean? Like in the, I can't think of what it's called. Anyway. But it just helps tone down the puffiness. It basically helped take away, I used to have a really, I have this line, and then I had another really harsh line right here, and it actually helps smooth that out. So yeah, and I had some like age spots, sunspots on my face that it helped smooth out. So it's amazing. Anyway, so I'm going to, let me see if I can get this open. So basically you're going to take your lashes like this. And does anybody else have a hard time with lifting up the edge? I always, because you can always trim off the outside piece if you need to. So I always try to grab it from the outside piece instead of grabbing it from the inside piece. Because if you end up screwing the end piece up with your tweezers, it's easier to kind of chop off an end piece. So let's see. I am going to grab it. Let me see. They're actually weird. These ones look the same almost on the outer edge as the inner edge. So I would think normally some lashes are usually longer here, but these actually almost have the same beginning and end. So I'm going to grab it from the end. Try not to give you guys too much double chin. So I know it's hard for me to peel this and so you guys can see it. I'm like making sure I don't have double chin syndrome over here. So if anybody knows any techniques to get these off without actually killing the lash. So I just kind of grab the first little piece, get that up. And then I pull it off. Okay, so this is going to, and then what I actually do is I actually take the lid and I make sure I put the lashes on top of the lid. And so that way I know which is left, which is right. So I'm going to go and take off the other one now and make sure I grab it from the outside corner and grab it really good at the base. I'm actually going to show you what I'm talking about with the whole screwing up the lash when you pull it. So if you can see, hang on, let me get a better angle here so you guys can see this. I don't know if you can see, but see how when I pulled it, it actually did mess up the end lash. I mean, you can mess with it. Let me see what I can do. Because where there is glue at the band, if I can actually bend them back and get them back normal. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. If you can't, it's just a matter of trimming off that little piece. See how, let me turn it around. See how there is little, like I said, it's so weird showing how there's almost like little sections. You could trim off that end little piece on there. You always want to, most people say with lashes that, you know, that you're supposed to trim them, kind of measure them up to your eye and trim them. With this, you don't want to do that because we're going to overlap the 3 pieces I'm cutting. So you want to leave them the length that they are. So basically, I'm going to take, I don't know, I'm so contemplating maybe trimming that off, but because it's like sticking out the side. I don't know if you can see that. We're just going to go with it. Okay, so I'm going to take my piece and I'm going to, hopefully you can see this. Let's see, how do I do this and show you at the same time? Maybe if I trim it this way. So you basically you don't want to make your sections too small because then they're going to flip-flop. So if you can look at your eyelash and you're going to kind of see where you think evenly 3 pieces would be. And that way you don't chop it too small. You want to chop right in the middle of one of the sections. Do it really carefully so don't lose it. Take it and you want to put it down in the way, almost like you're going to shape your, like, you know, I'll show you in a sec. Almost like you're going to like put it on your eye. So then I almost dropped the other one, but put that one there. And then you're going to cut the next piece and put it next to it. So you don't forget what piece is what. Because where these kind of all look the same all the way through, you can easily forget what piece goes where. Okay, so I'm going to take the next cut. Again, I'm trying to keep it low so you guys can see it. Measure it out so it's in the middle. And it's so hard with this light the way where I have it. And let's see, right about there. Make sure you don't drop it. I put it in my hand. I'm going to put it down on that piece of plastic. And this is how big my end one is. Okay. Sometimes you want to pick off some of the glue because some of the glue is kind of thick. And this isn't the glue that you want. You want to make sure there is no little pieces sticking up on the end here because those will end up in your eye. And that is an awful feeling. So sometimes when you get lashes, you want to look at the inner corner piece because sometimes there's a little bit of that hard band that it's on, like the plastic, whatever it is, sticking out, and you don't want that. So this one doesn't have it, but then some of them do, and you want to snip that. All right, so I'm going to put that down, and I'm not going to show you, but I'm just going to cut my next piece. So I'm hoping this video works out, and I'm trying not to make it too long, but there is quite a few steps. Again, hold it the way it's going to go on your eye, so that way you know where pieces are going when you put them down and you don't screw them up. Okay, there's my first one. Make sure I put that down. There we go. And then I'm going to cut my second one. And there we go. End piece and middle piece. All right, so basically, if I can show you without them falling, you can see that I have them kind of laid out. Sometimes the box that you get is a little bit longer, so you can literally put your right eye on the right, your left eye on there so you don't screw them up. All right, so next thing you want to do is you want to go in and curl your lashes. Hoping you guys can see this. Where did that just, okay. Go in, give your lashes a nice curl, as close as you can to the root without pulling out your eyelashes. It's okay if you're not okay with one of these. If you don't want to use it, that's fine too. This just kind of lifts them up and makes it a little easier. Hold it there for a few seconds. And as you can see, I barely have lashes, but it did actually pick them up a little bit. So the glue, when you put it on, will help with that too. Sorry, you guys, I don't see as well out of this eye, so give me a second. All right. And if you have a problem with vision, and you do, I don't know the strength, but at the Dollar Tree, I saw this neat thing, and I'm sure they probably have them if you look on Amazon. It was glasses that, because people that wear glasses sometimes feel like they can't do eye makeup and stuff like that because they can't see well enough without their glasses on to be able to do it. So it's basically glasses that has one lens that basically you can switch. I don't know if it goes this way or on top, but you can basically have your glasses on one eye while you're doing the other eye. So one eye is blank, glass on the other. Again, I saw it at Dollar Tree where they have all their glasses lined up that you can try, and it was on like one of the edges. So that might be really helpful for somebody that has a problem seeing while they're doing their eye makeup or applying lashes, something like that. Definitely check them out. I didn't buy a pair, but I probably should have them just to kind of like show. Might be helpful. I don't know. Anyway, so here we go. So once you have gotten a good curl on your lashes, which this is as good as it's going to get, you're going to let me put all my tools away. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do, and I'm so nervous on how this is going to go by me videoing this as I'm doing it. I'm just trying to like match up to make sure you guys can see it. Let me pull this a little closer. Hopefully I don't drop you. Okay, hopefully you can see. All right, so the first thing you want to go in with is the bond. So I usually just go in and then like put it all the way through and then apply them as I go. So in my mind, I'm thinking that I want to do a little bit on the outer edge and then the middle, but we'll see what happens. So this is what it looks like with the bond side. So I'm just going to move it around a little bit inside, whether or not you're supposed to do that or not. It's what I do. Okay, get a good amount on there. And then what I do is I am going to just kind of go at the base. You obviously, this is like a glue. You want to make sure you don't get it in your eyes. And you're going to comb it through as if it was, I've actually been using an eyelash enhancer. My eyelashes are looking pretty damn long right now. Jeez. It's okay if you get it on your skin because it'll come off easy. Remember, it's like a glue. So make sure you get it at the base and then pull it up. I'm just going to do a little bit right now. And then I'm going to be getting my outer lash. Okay. Then, okay, so what you want to do is you want to hold it at an angle, okay? And you want to hold it a little bit more towards the base of the lash. I'm actually going to grab it, and you want to grab, like, put it so when you grab it, hold on, grab it towards the base. Make sure you got a good grip on it. Now, kind of like make sure that you're grabbing, because sometimes you might have to grab it like a little bit more at an angle, so you'll feel like how it's comfortable with your hand. So then I'm going to pull up my lash, and then I'm going to just take it. You want to make sure I don't put it too close to my outer edge because my eyes water sometimes. So, and I don't want the side of the lash to lift. So you're going to put it on the outside as much as you can, but not too close to the outside. You're going to take it and you're going to pull up. And then I just take the tweezers and I do a little bit of this to make sure that it is nice and through my lashes. And there's your first piece. Now these you can see, but they're not super crazy. So hold on, I just want to make sure it doesn't get stuck. All right, there we go. Please be careful with tweezers near your eyes, but you can see I just added it up under. Okay, I'm gonna go now and put a little bit more here on my inner. You just want to make sure you do not comb over the lashes that you just put on. It's okay if you get a little, actually I guess I'm going all the way to the edge, if you get a little bit on your inner eyelid, it's going to dry and it will go away. So make sure that you're combing straight up. And then I'm just going to do here, make sure these are nice, have a nice amount of glue on them. Make sure I got enough on the base because your eyelashes are going to stick to these. Okay, let me put that back in, grab my second section. And what you want to definitely make sure you're doing is, okay, got it like that right now, is you want to make sure you're overlapping the first piece a little bit because you don't want your eyelashes to be able to do this. You want them together so they're one, okay? So don't put them too far apart. Make sure you overlap them a little tiny bit, okay? I'm going to go in and pop on my second one. Lift up your eyelid so you can see underneath really, really well. And then you're going to, sometimes you need to pull it so it makes your eyelash band like a little bit more straight. Go up under and pull up. There you go. Comb it. Kind of, oops. Yep, then grab it like I did. Hang on. Make sure you're wet. If you get any glue on your tweezers that you're wiping it off. How did I know this wasn't going to be a seamless video? I do so great when I'm not recording. I just got a little bit of glue on the lash. Let me just get it off. You will notice that, your lashes for a minute until you seal it might stick to the bottom. See how it's doing that? That is okay. We're going to fix that. Okay. So here we go. Second try is a charm. Okay. Can you guys see? Up underneath. I'm asking you questions like I'm live and you can answer me. Okay. There we go. Pull up. Make sure it's on there good. And there is the second one. It's so weird to have like wispy lashes. I never do anything this wispy. Okay. And let me go in with my third and final piece on the inside. So this is the one that gets a little tricky. I'm actually gonna, this one looks like it almost has like a little curve. I don't know if you can see upward, like it's going up like this. I'm actually just gonna grab it. I should have probably bent them. One step I forgot. Make sure you do like a little bend with your lashes before you start. So let me just bend these to the shape of my eye a little bit. I'm just kind of taking it. Don't fling it. Be careful because that can happen. And I'm just kind of 16 minutes already. I want to keep you guys too long. All right, I'm just kind of bending it so it's more of my eye shape. Gonna go back in. I gotta grab it a little bit more at an angle because I'm gonna be going in like this. So, all right, let go of my bottom lash. There we go. Pull my lashes up again. You wanna make sure that you don't go too close. Why do these seem so long? They seem so long on this end. Do you see that? I feel like I want to trim it because it almost looks like it needs to go the opposite way. That's so strange. I'm going to trim the outside a little bit. Hang on. So you can go in and trim your lashes if need be, because for me, mine are so little on the outer corner. Okay, let me just cut that a tiny bit more. Okay, a little bit better. All right, let's try this again. Okay. Let go of my bottom lashes, and then I'm going to pull up again and come back in. Make sure I'm getting close to the base. Pull up. You want to blend them in. Make sure they've got a good grip. Okay. I'm going to pull that one up. The band is a lot, actually, let me go. I was going to say the band looks a little flat for me in the middle. So I'm just going to kind of pull up a little bit so it has a nice form to my actual eye. Okay, got a little bit of a stick in between here. There we go. So yeah, that's the first time me using these. Okay, make sure nothing is sticking to my lid. And there we go. There's my first set. All right, let's see how, make sure they're all stuck on there good. Kind of using my fingernail to help. My fingernail tools. Now, if I was just applying glue, all right, so say you don't want to use the Falscara, you don't like it, you don't like the idea of combing glue through your eyelashes, you don't want to go through buying another product like remover. I'm not actually going to do it today, but I can show you what I do and what I have done in previous. So basically what you do is you would take your eyelash. So this is basically, let me see if I can show you. This is your eyelash, like you'd be putting it on underneath here. So normally we would just run glue along the line of the lash. But what you would do is you almost would want it on the top because you got to think, you want the top to be sticky so the top can adhere. Do you know what I mean? Instead of like if you were putting them on with, on your lid, you would want here and maybe a little bit of the bottom to glue down. You would be applying glue to the top All right, so that's what you would do if you were doing lash glue. So I'm going to go in with the bond on this eye. Hopefully, I wonder if I should move this over. Maybe this would be better so you guys can see. I'm trying to think if it should be like behind the camera. Yeah, if I do, I'm not really doing, I'm just pretending so you see if you guys can see. Okay, so I don't want to lose my stand here. Let me see if I can make it a little brighter so you guys can see. Okay. All right, so here we go in with the bond again. I'm going to move it around. And then as soon as I do this, I'm going to seal. I'll show you how to do that. All right, so now I'm just going to take it underneath here and I'm going to wiggle it through. They say a little goes a long ways, but I am always extreme with everything I do. So you can put on less than I do. We can go in with, oops, as I dot my under eye. Good show, but not everybody is perfect. You can go in with the remover on a Q-tip or something afterwards if you get any of it on your lid like I have. It does come off easy with the remover. So you're just going to brush this, like I said, through your lashes. Make sure you're paying attention to getting it at the root. All right, there we go. I guess the amount you put on and once your lashes start gooping together is what you're going to see behind the lashes when you put them on. So be cautious of that too. If you do it lightly, your lashes will still be a little fluffy underneath. If you do it like I am, it may look a little chunkier under. So make sure, because this is a glue, that you seal it up in the middle. All right, let me get my end lash. And like I said, hold it at an angle, you know, because you are contortioning your wrist a little bit. Do this over a table, do this over something, because I've dropped lashes I don't know how many times, and they're small, so they're little tiny pieces, and they're very hard to find. Okay, so you want to, hang on, move my mirror up. All right, so you want to just come up under the lash. I'm trying to, let me see. What did I do before, so you guys, on that side? I had it good on that side anyway. Lift it up. Okay. And then I'm going to lift up my lid, pull it down on the base, and then pull up a little bit. And then make sure you just kind of push it into your lashes. You don't want to push it too hard though, because if you push it, keep in mind there is glue on your lashes, which will make it stick to your lid. So beware of that. I had it happen on the other one a little bit. Okay, so there's my first piece. You don't want to mess with it too much, because the glue is going to start coming through to the front of the lashes, and then it'll stick to this. So anytime you do it, always make sure you wipe the glue off of your tweezers, because you'll end up just pulling the lash right off. So, all right. So I think I'm going to put on a little bit more seal. Do not go over the lashes that you just did. It'll make those clumpy. Sorry, did I say seal? I meant bond. Put on a little bit more bond. Make sure you wipe the tip of it though, because you don't want that too thick. Okay. And maybe I can turn this in. Is that better? There we go. Wipe this through, and I'm going to make sure you got to make sure that you do the base of your little baby hairs here in the front, because you do need, you know, as much as you can. We barely have any hair there, but for the lashes to stick to, okay? So I'm going to run some more bond through it. All right. I was like nervous. I'm picking up the seal. All right, there we go. Okay, and then I'm going to grab the middle piece and grab that at an angle. Sorry, I keep on thinking you can't see me here. Okay, got it. Can you see? I might actually grab it a little bit more towards the base. 24 minutes, geez. I would have been done like minutes ago if I wasn't showing you guys how to do this video. You know, obviously it takes a little bit to master. It's a lot easier. If you can't put lashes on the top lid, this is way easier, believe it or not. Once you get the hang of it, it's so easy. And you can literally do it in minutes. All right, so I'm going to remember to overlap, and I'm going to overlap this one a little bit because I've got less length of lashes here. So I don't want to put it too far over here because I got one more piece to put on. And you guys could do just this middle piece on the end and then the smaller piece if you don't want to do it all the way around. Like if you don't want to apply the whole amount of lashes, if you don't want to put any here, you don't have to. Hang on one second. Let me just do this. So you want to apply it there, pull up a little bit, and then kind of push it through. It does help to kind of blink a little bit while you're pushing it through. There we go. There's number 2. And just make sure that it's down there good at the base. Okay. There we go. Hope you guys were able to see that. I wasn't looking. All right. Number 3, you want to take your hand, like it a little bit more at an angle when you angle your tweezers. See how I have it at like I don't have it straight down at the lash. I have it at an angle because you got to think I now have to come up this way. So here we go. Trying to make sure. You know, sometimes I'm like, oh, that's not the right angle. And I have to turn it a little bit more, and that's okay too. Okay. So, all right. And here we go. Nope. Try it again. There we go. I don't like how this is sticking out at the edge right there. I don't know if you guys can see. Again, let me bend it. It's probably a better idea. Bend it a little bit more. I'm going to take it and then just take it between my fingers, give it a little bit of a bend. And I want to try to see if I can pull that one in a little bit because it's sticking out. Okay. All right, don't drop it. When you're doing this technique, always make sure you have a pack of lashes because God forbid you do drop one, you can always cut up another. You can cut off a piece from another strand. So don't just get one set of lashes to try. Make sure you have a pack. Okay, I'm going to go in and there we go. Place it right there. Go slow when you're getting, when you're taking the tweezers off to make sure it doesn't take the lash with you because that's happened to me plenty of times. Okay. Gonna kind of make sure I have it on there good. Make sure it's nice and stuck. Okay. Alrighty. And we're doing good. And there you go. I'm sorry that it took almost a half an hour, but it's because I was talking through the whole thing. But let me just grab my phone so you can see. I did get a little bit of glue and there's a lash stuck right there of my own. But I'm just going to go and take a Q-tip and I'm just going to put a little bit of this on it and just kind of make sure I'm not getting it near my eye. Oops, I almost forgot. I need a seal. We need a seal. Almost forgot. Hold on. Let me put you back in the holder. So that basically what the seal does, hold on, is the seal makes the stickiness stop. So they'll still stay on. I almost stopped this video and didn't even seal my lashes. Okay. All right. So now, so this basically, it says seal on it and you kind of move it around and it looks like this. It's clear. And you're just going to and you're just going to run it through. And it just stops the tackiness. So now that they're already attached, this will just help. So that way, it's not sticking to your bottom lashes. Make sure you get over in here. And then I kind of just go on the underside and give it a little bit of a brush through. Sorry, looking in the mirror. So as you can see, it is a little bit white. I'm trying to make sure that I get rid of that. I don't want that on there. Run my finger over them to get rid of that. Hang on. If you do find that you have some tacky spots later on, you can always open up this seal again and do it. Okay, I'm just going to run this lightly over, get rid of that tackiness. Okay, try to run it a little bit on the underside so that way I make sure that they're not sticking to my eyelids. So hard to do while I'm looking in my phone. Okay, and then I just run my finger over to get any little clumps of this stuff off. And there we go. And they feel amazing. I can't even feel them on my eyes. So again, Ardell Naked Lashes using the Falscara Bond. And make sure you get their Falscara remover. So, happy watching. Is that even a thing? But yeah. So you can see what they look like underneath. You can't even see when they're looking straight on you. It looks like you got your lashes done. And then if I can show you, you don't have anything on your lid when you look down. Pretty awesome. So as long as you don't smush your face in the pillow, you should be good for a few days wearing these. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed.